Here we are with GANT, about to interview Michael Bastian for his collaboration that he's doing with GANT for their fall line. GANT's been around forever. You know, GANT's in the 50s and 60s, GANT was kind of like the place to go to get your preppy style, to get your clothes that you know, like they were the in thing at the moment. You know, like all the young kids, when they needed to look good, when they needed to be in style, they had to wear GANT. If you weren't wearing a GANT shirt, you weren't in style. And all of a sudden, it has disappeared off the map. They're now owned by a Swedish company. The Swedish company was smart enough to seek out one of the best designers, one of the best men's designers that are out now. It's Michael Bastian, and kind of like get him to give the line a little bit of his resurgence. And he did an amazing job. His collection is amazing. I can't wait to talk to him. What does Michael Bastian do? What does he like to do? What does he like to eat? So we're going to find all that information out now, and we're going to talk to Michael Bastian. Question with you is, question I have for you, Michael, is how did this collaboration come about?
GANT gave me a call about a year ago, the U.S. president, and he said, could we just have coffee and talk about what's going on in the world today? And I said, you know, I am really, yes, because I am really fascinated about GANT. Like, what the hell happened to GANT? Because GANT, I wore it when I was a kid, my dad wore it, my brother wore it, everybody wore it. And all of a sudden GANT like disappeared off of everybody's radar. So I really was interested in talking to him, mainly to find out what had happened to GANT. And we met, and he explained, all right, you know, GANT was bought by a Swedish company. We really closed down America, you know, relaunched in Europe, and now we're ready to get back into America. So would you be interested in doing a collaboration with us? And the funny thing is, I actually said no, because my own line was so new at the time. It was only 4 years old.
It's amazing, by the way.
And it was like, thank you. It was like a little baby. And I said, you know, I just don't think I have the time to give this, you know, I don't have the time to give it as much as I need to give it, you know, that it deserves. And he said, well, don't say no right away. Like, let's have a coffee in a couple weeks and talk about it.
I love that it's done by coffee.
It's all over coffee. And he came back and said, all right, you know, we totally understand what's going on with you and your life and your line, and we will work around that, and we will give you the support you need and work around your schedule. And, you know, we just really think we could really be good together. And it was like, you know, how could I say no? You guys,
exactly.
So we started, and everything they promised, they did, and it's very easy. And I wake up every day saying I love GANT. You know, thank God for GANT. You know,
what was your inspiration for this line?
This was all really inspired by lacrosse players. Okay. You know, there's the whole idea of sports and sportsmen is always in my line. It's always been in GANT's heritage. And I really wanted to start this whole collaboration off with a really strong sports feel. So,
next question, leads me to my next question. Is like, where does Michael Bastian get inspiration from? Like, I know it's like everything is different, like, you know, depending on the moods and the seasons. Like, what do you listen to? Where do you eat? Like, where do you go? Like, where do you get this inspiration?
It kind of comes from all over. You know, I don't shop. I don't really read many magazines. I really like to get the inspiration from walking around in the streets. I happen to live in a really interesting neighborhood. I live on 11 in Greenwich Village, and there's three schools surrounding me. I'm by NYU, the New School, and PS41. So I'm seeing everything from little kids going to kindergarten to like college kids. And it's just so inspiring, and that's really where I get my most inspiration. Because no one has more style than a 6-year-old New York kid.
You're right.
No one.
Unbelievable how much style they have.
They just do what they want. They see it all. They know what they like. It's amazing.
Yeah, just let them grab whatever they want. They put it together, and they always pick the right colors because it works because they don't even think about it.
They don't care. They're just dressing in what they love, and that's the trick to everything.
Another question I have for you is, what are your favorite fall pieces? Like, what do you think a man should own for fall?
This fall, I really think you should have a kind of heavier tweedy blazer, which is almost like a jacket substitute, an outerwear substitute. I think you need a good raincoat, you need a good 5-pocket corduroy, which we definitely did, and you need a good flannel shirt that's all washed out.
Okay.
And I think you could go a lot of places with those 4 pieces.
One more. One more before you have to go.
No, lay it on me, baby.
All right, so I'm starting to notice, and I know you're starting to notice, the resurgence of just menswear in general.
Yes.
What do you think the role of the blogosphere and social media had to play in that?
You know, this is the beauty of the internet and the blogosphere. Everyone is getting everything immediately. So wherever you live, you're able to see everything that's happening immediately. So it's kind of great. The world is becoming a very small place,
which is great.
No, I wish it were that way when I was growing up, you know. But having said that, people should also come to New York because New York's a very wonderful, forgiving place for people who want to taste their dream. So I love New York. I couldn't imagine being anywhere else.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate everything. People love him. People love what he does. The fact that he has that personality only helps. You know, the fact that he's an approachable star to me, because he's a star in men's fashion, only helps. It's that all-around brand. Like, he doesn't just make clothes, he is his brand. Very few times you meet somebody that you actually respect and you love. And of all people to choose, they choose Michael Bastian, which is somebody who's definitely one of my favorite designers. Should be everybody's favorite designer. He's amazing, and what he's done with this line is amazing. Michael was telling me that, you know, he'd do a show, and people will be tweeting while the show is going on, and when he gets home, the whole show is already online. Like, tweeting, like, basically this show is going from live to online in seconds. Like, he hasn't even got a chance to get in his car, go home, take off his shoes, and chill before the whole entire thing is online. And that's the difference between, you know, today and yesteryear. You know, like, that's why we're able to get this resurgence in fashion and just anything. You know, like, the social media network moves so quickly. It's like a quick moving machine. It's almost scary as how quick things come out. Michael Bastian is an amazing designer. That's why we're here. And that was a great thing with meeting him.